All right. So I want to get to our speaker because I'm super excited for you guys to be able to hear from her. So I have known Emily since she was a student, and so. But I'm going to tell you her official titles and things. So Emily Emmons, she is our Miss Historic Gwinnett 2026. She is from Grayson, Georgia, and is proud to represent her home county on the Miss Georgia stage. This year marks her fourth journey to Miss Georgia, having previously competed as Miss Fulton County, Miss Irish Capital, and Miss Henry County. And I've gotten the pleasure of seeing her through her journey. Emily is an upcoming junior at Georgia Gwinnett College, where she's pursuing her dream of becoming a kindergarten teacher. Outside of school, she works at Cinderella's Dresses, enjoys staying active at the gym, and loves spending time with her cat, Anakin. She is also a proud member of the Church on Main in Snellville. Emily is no stranger to the
I texted her to let her know that we lost her.
Oh no! You lost me? Oh no! Did you guys lose me?
Well, we found you. You're back.
Okay. Did y'all hear any of that?
We heard, I would assume what would be half to 3/4 of Emily's bio.
Okay. So
we lost you at Emily's no stranger.
Okay. Okay. Let me get back to it real quick. So she has competed last year as Miss Henry County for the anniversary of Miss Georgia, where she was named a top 15 finalist for the second time. And in 2024, she represented Miss Irish Capital and won first place in the prestigious Miss Georgia Gives Back Award for her outstanding community service initiative, Your Mind is Your Business, Keep It Healthy. So she is a passionate advocate for mental health. Emily's message is simple. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. She works to bring the stigma surrounding mental illness and brings hope to those who are struggling. Her dream is to serve as Miss Georgia, using her platform to elevate mental health awareness across the state. Emily currently serves as a youth chair and Georgia ambassador for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, and she has partnered with mayors of local cities to bring education and awareness to mental health concerns in her community. Emily is also a very talented singer and vocalist with a Broadway-style voice, and if I could be biased, as an angel. And she's known for inspiring audiences through her powerful performances and talent competitions. Beyond the stage, she has a servant heart. She volunteers with local law enforcement, mental health task force. She partners with community leaders and supports student organizations dedicated to mental health education. She also spoke with My Key Club this past week, and she has joined in our initiative for UNICEF for Start Strong Zambia. So that was really awesome of her. So through her advocacy, education, and service, Emily is committed to building stronger, more compassionate communities that truly care. So she is right in line with our values. So it's my pleasure to have Emily Emmons, Miss Historic Gwinnett, to be our speaker tonight.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me at your meeting tonight. It is such an honor to be here with the Kiwanis Club, a group of representatives represents service, leadership, and compassion. But before we begin, I just want to take a moment to thank Heather Brindle for inviting me to speak tonight and supporting my Miss Georgia journey. Heather, your encouragement and friendship means so much, and I'm so grateful for your belief in me. But again, so my name is Emily Emmons. I'm proud to serve as Miss Historic Gwinnett 2026. I'm currently a junior at Georgia Gwinnett College, majoring in elementary education because my dream is to become a kindergarten teacher. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, school and I have not been exactly best friends. I've always worked hard, but things just didn't come easily for me. I struggled with focus and organization, and I often felt like my brain worked differently than everyone else's. But I had one saving grace, Miss Pounds, my kindergarten teacher, and again, my second grade teacher. She was kind, patient, and gentle, and she made me feel like I belonged, even though I didn't always fit in. She's the reason I want to teach. I want to be that same source of kindness and understanding for my future students. By fifth grade, though things became harder, I started crying over things I used to usually understand. But my mom, who was also a teacher, which is on here tonight, say hi, Mom.
Oh. Hi.
There we go. That's my mom. So she was also a teacher and noticed something was not right. After some testing, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Medication helped for a while, but it made me feel different and sometimes just embarrassed. When I switched schools in 8th grade, things seemed to be better for a little while. I made new friends, made the cheerleading team for basketball, and felt like I was finally fitting in. But underneath that surface, I was struggling more than anyone realized. By high school, I was performing, I cheered, leading clubs, and serving as a state officer for a student leadership organization. From the outside, I looked like the perfect student, but inside, I was falling apart. Then one day, everything just came crashing down, and I was in my school library, and I just curled up into a ball and started crying and shaking. My friends at that time ran to my mother's room, and she got me and held me and made me feel better until I calmed down completely. A few weeks later, doctors gave me another diagnosis, bipolar disorder. I was 16 years old, and I really didn't understand what that meant. What I did know was that I didn't feel like myself anymore. Finding the right medication was a long process, and I felt like I was losing control. And at times, I even resented my mom for trying to help me. I kept pretending everything was fine, but I was barely hanging on. Then came 2020, the lovable 2020, I should say. It was my senior year of high school. The year everything was supposed to be full of joy, memories, but instead the world had shut down, and that meant no prom, no graduation, no closure. It pushed me into the darkest times of my life. Depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts took over. When college started, I didn't go to my dream school. I wanted to go to Kennesaw State University and study music. But because of COVID, and my mental health, I stayed home and started online classes at Georgia Gwinnett College. I failed several classes and felt like a disappointment. By October of 2021, I finally reached a breaking point. I wanted to get away, run away, whatever you want to call it, from everything and everyone. But thankfully, my family had stepped in and helped me. We went back to doctors, reevaluated my medications, and I underwent a full psychological exam. That's when I learned that I had several learning disabilities and some of the lowest self-esteem scores they have ever seen. But there was the key. It was all manageable. For the first time, I had real answers and was not broken. I was just needing different tools. With the right support, structure, therapy, and faith, I started to rebuild. My mom, who I once resented, became my biggest ally. Together, we built systems that helped me function and thrive. I started setting healthy boundaries, making better choices, and giving myself grace. And through that healing process, I found my purpose. I realized that I had been given a story for a reason, to help others who feel lost, misunderstood, or hopeless. That's how my community service initiative, Your Mind is Your Business, Keep It Healthy, was born. It's about reminding people that mental health deserves daily care. Through therapy, rest, movement, boundaries, faith, and connection, everything was very important. In 2022, I participated in NAMI Walks Georgia for the first time and raised nearly $400. That day had changed my life. I realized how powerful it is when people come together for a cause bigger than themselves. By 2023, I was honored to serve as a youth chair ambassador for NAMI Georgia, helping raise $338,000 statewide for mental health programs. And earlier this October, we walked again. Even though the walk was over for this year, supporting NAMI is a year-round opportunity. There are so many ways to help and support NAMI and everyone can make an impact. One, you can give. You can donate directly to NAMI Georgia or your local affiliate. Every dollar helps fund free support groups, classes, and programs for individuals and families affected by mental illness. 2, you can walk. You can already sign up or pledge for next year's NAMI Walks Georgia event or sponsor a team like mine. It's more than a fundraiser. It's a celebration of hope and community. 3, volunteer. NAMI always helps volunteers to help with events, community outreach, and education programs. No experience needed, just a heart for helping others. 4, advocate and educate. Invite NAMI speakers to your school, church, or civic group, or just use your Kiwanis platform to promote mental health awareness through a community service project. Every small step, every conversation helps break the stigma and build an understanding. When organizations like the Kiwanis get involved, you're not just donating, you're changing lives. You're helping young people like me find hope and purpose. You're supporting families who feel helpless, and you're showing your community that mental health matters. Through all of this, my faith has been my foundation. And when I look back at the hardest season of my life, I didn't get through them alone. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, carried me. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind." That verse reminds me that God wants us to have a sound mind and that taking care of it honors Him. So if you remember anything else from tonight, please just remember this. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. Together we can keep breaking the silence, ending the stigma, and spreading hope. Let's keep walking for those who are hurting. Let's walk for healing. Let's walk for mental health. And thank you, Heather, and thank you for all of you for listening tonight. And may God bless you and the incredible work you do through the Kiwanis.
Thank you, Emily, for speaking and letting us know about your wonderful initiative. And just knowing that your servant heart it's being shown throughout the state of Georgia, and we're all rooting for you. Does anybody have any questions for Emily?
Hi, Emily. I wondered a little bit more about the volunteer. You mentioned, in the things that people could do to help. How does one volunteer? Do you go to the website? What is the process?
I've learned it's very good for you to just go to the website because they have a lot of resources for us to be able to get involved in NAMI and how you can donate and just volunteer in general. They have many community events throughout the year that you can be a part of if you wanted to, or you can go to your local affiliate and talk to them there.
Great, thank you.
Can I add something in there? They have different programs for the community, like peer-to-peer and family-to-family. are just two of them. In the Silence is another. And all of those classes are online. Getting educated really helps, and they offer certifications through those particular courses. Emily's completed the in the Silence program and can be a presenter. So that's one way that you can volunteer. As Emily said, going to the website. You can, and I'm talking about for each of the affiliates, you can see when their meetings are and join in and hear the particular needs. Emily each year does a celebrity bagging event, and we always need NAMI volunteers to sit at the table and give out the literature at the local Kroger. The girls actually come in their crowns and banners, and they bag groceries for the patrons, and it's a great help to have the NAMI representative sitting there and giving out literature and showing people about the resources that are available. So that's another way you can help. And if you would like to help us do that, we do it every year. We do it in Loganville, and we're going to try to expand, I think, to the Lawrenceville Kroger, but we'd go to any Kroger that will have us.
Emily also, she can, I was going to put it up in our chat for everybody to see. She had also shared with our key clubbers her her teen toolkit, mental health toolkit. Correct me if I'm wrong, Emily. I'm trying to remember it from off my brain, but I do have a copy of it, a digital copy of it that I was going to share it with everybody in the chat, but I can't get it to pull up on my phone for you all. But we'll definitely send it out. That way, if you are connected with a teen group, with a key club or something like that, you can also share that with them to go along with like the Erica's Lighthouse and things.
That's fantastic.
When I was with Parole a long time ago, I was part of the crisis intervention team training. I was one of the instructors for that as we went around the state to teach law enforcement how to deal with people with mental illness. And I learned to really love my NAMI mommies there because they're amazing. The ones that lead up the different chapters of NAMI, they're great, and they do a lot of good work. I can attest to that.
Yes, NAMI is also very close to like my family, especially if you know my backstory or my family dealing with mental health and illness. And so I've utilized NAMI, just the resources just in my family also, but we also utilize it in our schools too to help like bring resources to families. So NAMI is a great organization. And so we're proud to have Emily representing all of us.
Thank y'all so much. Like, I really do appreciate being here tonight. It's, being able to speak about mental health is a very big thing for me. It took me a minute to even talk about it. Back in high school, I didn't really want to talk about it because I didn't want to believe I had anything, quote unquote, wrong with me. So being able now to talk to people about this and spreading the word about it's such a big thing for me, and I'm very appreciative to be here tonight and being allowed to speak in front of y'all.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah,
You're amazing.
Oh, yep. Yes, and make sure in June, if I'm right, Emily, in June, we're going to be watching her take the stage. So if you guys, I'll make sure I send it out to everybody. Just now that you have a connection with one of the contestants for Miss Georgia, we can cheer her on from all over the state and watch how I have a good feeling this year. So like I said, I've been watching her a long time, and I'm really proud of the way that she's just put into it, but also just really represented herself, but also her cause, and just spreading the word. So we're really excited for you. So I'll make sure you got our club behind you, Emily. So.
Our Victoria Hill replacement.
I know Victoria. She's so sweet.
She is.
We love Victoria.
Yeah, when I first started competing, I remember her winning the pageant that I went to, and she had this big voice, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I want to be her when I grow up.
When you're an opera singer, you have to have a big voice.
Oh yeah, I do private voice lessons, and I do like some operatic things, not a lot, but I'm not that great just yet. I'm not even at my vocal peak, but we're getting there.
Awesome.
All right. Well, if we don't have any other questions, Emily, you are welcome to stay on for the rest of our meeting. We'd love to have you stay on, and but thank you for coming and speaking with us, and for sharing your message with all of us, but all of the students across the state too. So we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.